N3 Toll Concession, your link to people and places. The joBerg2c cycle tour is one of the most scenic and anticipated cycling events of the year. And for the second time along with this event, N3TC hosted the drOp'ngo2c supporters tour. This one-of-a-kind tour gives supporters the opportunity to support their riders and enjoy an adventure of their own. This marvelous route from Heidelberg to Scottsboro features some of South Africa's most underrated stops and activities along the N3 Gateway route, showcasing the South African landscape in its raw, unspoiled beauty. From rare arts and crafts attractions to some of the most beautiful landscapes South Africa has to offer, cyclists and supporters were in for a 9-day, awe-inspiring experience. On the first day, adrenaline coursed through the cyclists' veins as they made their way to Frankfurt, full of vigor. Close to 80 supporters cheered their riders on in Heidelberg as they headed to the Vole crossing. The thrilling cycling action at the floating bridge left supporters captivated. A fantastic start to the 2015 joBerg2c and the N3TC drOp'ngo2c supporters tour. Day 2, and the supporters got their first opportunity to travel off the beaten track, where they settled into the spectator point at Glenwalton Farm. That afternoon, the supporters embarked on another journey of discovery to the Wolf Sanctuary. Walking with these incredible, majestic creatures was an unforgettable experience.
I've done many stage races, but joBerg2c it's very special because people go out of their way just to make it sure that we enjoy the ride. We just stay on the bike. As soon as we're out of the bike, there's more than enough food. There's people looking after us and taking even our warm clothes. It's very special. Yeah.
Really cool. I mean, it's well organized, well set up, and they've done a good job so far. So, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty happy with that. It's quite nice and comfortable. Yesterday's chill zone is also very comfortable with all the bean bags and stuff like that. And also, we're right here with the action, so all good, eh?
The adventure through the Free State continued on day 3, as the supporters took to the streets of Clarence, while the cyclists enjoyed the spectacular scenery and climb through the northeastern Free State. The day ended perfectly with a picnic at the Mount Paul Spectator Point, overlooking the magnificent Sterkfontein Dam. By day 4, the supporters' excitement was palpable as cyclists weaved through the indigenous trees straight past the supporter zone behind the infamous and historic Spierenkop battlefield site. The day was topped off with a very special performance by the Drakensberg Boys Choir. Their angelic voices floated through the night air at the race village in Winterton, piercing every heart in the audience. As the sun rose over the amphitheatre on day 5 of the N3TC drOp'ngo2c supporters tour, everyone gathered for a morning breakfast treat at Thokozisa village in the central Drakensberg. After the cyclists headed out, the supporters took the N3 to Nottingham Road in the Midlands. The N3TC supporter zone was set up overlooking the finish line at Clifton Prep for the day, where all the cycling action could be enjoyed from the comfort of the N3TC chill zone. The supporters were eager to head south to Underberg on the 6th day of their N3TC drOp'ngo2c supporters tour, but some retail therapy was necessary after all the back road traveling. Breakfast was enjoyed next to a delightful wood fire at Piggly Wiggly restaurant, which set the tone for a glorious autumn day. After shopping up a storm in the Midlands meander, the supporters headed towards the Underberg. The beauty of the landscape was filled with the coppers, yellows and reds that mark the changing of the season.
Geez, N3TC have come on to create the supporter zone. Without them, we would not be able to give the supporters a vibe that we experience in our race camp. And Andy from N3TC said to us, why don't we create this drop and go supporters tour, which we will fund to give these guys an experience on the route. And I mean, we did it last year for the first time, and since then it's just taken off. And they're a very, very special bunch of guys at N3TC, and not just because of what they do for the event, but just because of who they are at the event.
N3TC wants to ensure that All our events and our sponsorships have added value to them. And what's important to us is that supporters who come out to support whatever their friends, family members, husbands, wives are doing are well rested before heading back onto the N3 and heading home. And so this whole chill zone concept and the supporter zone concept linked to the joBerg2c is essentially about taking care of supporters and giving them an experience never to be forgotten.
Day 7's action was centered around the Mossbank Dam water crossing. Supporters were welcomed by the pleasant sight of the N3TC chill zone and some delightful local tastes and flavors. Supporters made their way back onto the tar and headed for the day's finish at Mackenzie Club and the offer of shade and comfort at the N3TC Race Village chill zone. As the riders left Mackenzie Club heading east towards Jolivet on day 8, the supporters all gathered at High Flats to witness the day's action from the comfort of the N3TC supporters zone. As the cyclists took on the final leg of the tour from Jolivet to Scottburgh, the beachfront at Scottburgh was a hive of activity by the time the supporters made their way from their final breakfast together at the Blue Marlin Hotel. Supporters were thrilled to watch the cyclists triumphantly make their way across the man-made boardwalk over the lagoon. Cyclists and supporters alike left with precious and special memories of a magical time spent together, supporting one another while their cyclists got to ride the beloved country. The attractions off the beaten track ensured that those who joined the N3TC drOp'ngo2c supporters tour had fascinating stories of their own to tell. It's where adventure awaits. Explore, experience, and enjoy the N3 Gateway via the N3 toll route, your link to people and places. N3TC, safety, convenience, mobility.